What's going on YouTube? It's Ramon back with Ramon Talks. And today we back with another topic. It's Ramon back with Ramon Talks. Alright, so today we're gonna talk layered skin. What I mean by that is basically you got to be careful what you do a person, how you scar a person, because we all come into the dating pool with a shield, protective clothing, protective skin, layered skin. Um, and the thing about layered skin is kind of like what my EMS instructor taught me about CPR and how the blood flow works, and with brain damage. So with brain damage, what happens is certain percentages, if you lose a certain percentage, you can't get that back. And that's the same thing with a person and the way you scar them. Now, the way you scar a person, time heals all wounds, but that level of fear, depending on how severe it was, even if they try to work past it, they'll never forget that. So that part of them that they once gave you, they won't give you that again. You know, people can forgive, but people don't forget, and a person can love you again. But once a person exposed themselves like that, it's kind of like I don't want to put myself out that far again. That really could scar somebody really through the rest of their dating period. So and it's in this battlefield of dating, we're gonna get scars and wounds, and that's how you become a great husband or a great wife for somebody. You got your war wounds. You're gonna go through them. But what I'm saying is, as a person, as we get older, as we, it's so many resources nowadays to teach you about dating and the proper things and the ways to be. So it's kind of no excuse. But there's always an excuse. There's always a cause and effect. I get all that. But I say that to say this, we got to be careful what we do to people, because like I say, especially if it's somebody that you want to be with, somebody you see a future with. I'm not saying if it's somebody, that one time, whatever. To me, every encounter should be a good one. However, whatever, depends on you as a person. But if you're going to take somebody serious, you definitely should watch the scar tissue that you leave on them, because you'll mess around and, like I say, they can be there, but they may not be as happy as what they once were, or they may not believe in you the way that they once did. And now that they don't believe in you the way that they once did, they are now holding back. And see, I've been in predicaments like that to where I didn't held back. It's like I don't know about marriage. I don't know about, you know what I'm saying? So you can knock your own self. You can stop your own self from elevating and advancing to the positions that you want to be in with somebody. So that's why it's best to watch what you do, and when you do things, be apologetic, mean what you say what you mean, and try not to make the same mistake. Because a lot of times people sit up there and they apologize, and after a while, I'm sick of hearing I'm sorry, because it's like, are you sorry? Because you keep doing it. Now, you may not have done this, but you're doing something that's kind of, identical to what you previously done to me. So that's the thing. You got to really take people feelings into consideration. A lot of times people do things and they don't think about the other, like cheating. A lot of times when people cheating, they not thinking about what this finna do to their spouse. They thinking about how fun this finna be. Cheating is a selfish thing to do. I get it. I understand it. But that's what I'm saying. That's what it is. That's what it be. So you have to consider somebody else. Like I said, if you want advancement with somebody, if you see, okay, I want to go from friends to boyfriend and girlfriend, I want to go from boyfriend and girlfriend to newlyweds and all that other stuff, I want to spend the rest of my life. Watch out what you do to that person, because they won't forget. And then it gets deeper than that. It goes, you start playing tick for tack, or you cheated, so I'm finna cheat. You did this, so I'm finna, and it just turns into this game, and people play these games and they don't be knowing how to let stuff go. And that's the biggest problem of today's time. People need to, as I keep saying, let it go when it's time to let it go. But, if you don't do anything, like I say, just be mindful for what you do. And then the thing is, don't do nothing to nobody that you don't want done to yourself. That's the main thing. A lot of times I've caught women doing certain things and I had to question them. Well, so what is that about? Like that. And I always ask people, What do how would you feel if that was done to you? Most people don't think about that. A lot of people don't think about that. So it's like this. If it's not something you can share with the class, then it ain't something you need to do. You know what I'm saying? If it's something you got to sneak and doing it ain't something you need to do. And you can't tell somebody this is an important one. You can't tell somebody you love them, but you out here doing things that you know will hurt them. See, they got people you can tell verbally, don't do me this. I've been through this. This will hurt me. And they'll still go do it in a selfish act. But then turn around and say, I'm sorry, I love you. Which brings up my next video. What is love? Because if that's love, then I don't want it. That's a question. Answer that for me in the comment section. What is love? What is love to y'all? I want to know this. I want to hear this. But yeah, seriously, what is love at this point? Because if you're doing me that type of stuff, if you're going against the grain, everything that I've taught you, the things that I told you I don't like, things that I told you are going to break me, going to hurt me, going to do me this, then how can you love me when you doing, it's one thing to do something and not know, but it's another to do it and know. And see, a guy like me, I'm very verbal. So I'm going to let you know the do's and the don'ts and the things, like that. And I want to hear yours too, because I know it's a two-way street, really. When it comes to relationships, that's something people need to realize too. It's a two-way street. It go both ways. What you dishing out, you got to, now the tone, the standard ain't the same. It's a lot of double standards and unfairness on both ends. There's things men can get away with that women can't. That's unfair. There's things women can get away with that men can't. That's unfair. That's just that's just kind of life. But I don't want to spend too much time on this topic. But as always, like, comment, subscribe. Holla at me.